And welcome back to the Honour Respect and an edition of AEW Dynamite Out of 10. And yeah, big show today because obviously, we've got a lot on it. We've got MJF versus Juice Robinson kicking us off. We've got a big main event. Hook and RVD reuniting. So yeah, lots getting into it. But we started things off with MJF talking to Renee Paquette. Roddy and the Kingdom interrupted and implied the AEW World Champion was a man in a mask. After MJF told them off, someone in the Devil Mask appeared on the screen for a moment before the show went to the arena for the opening bout between MJF and Robinson. So yeah, kind of like we thought, it's probably not MJF, but we'll have to see. MJF went right after his opponent and double leg takedown a series of punches to start the match and was hot right off the gate. He ran Robinson from the barricade outside the ring as fans cheered on their favourite scumbag. He did a great job making it clear that the world champion was just desperate to keep the ring that has won so many matches to get back the world title. He plays the crowd, but he's also aggressive and dished out a lot of punishment in what was mostly a one-sided match, as the Guns provided a distraction or two. One was asked to clarify what pro wrestling or sports entertainment. This would definitely be the latter. Even though they weren't trying to make a 5-star classic, they were reserving the crowd with spots that they knew would get a pop or a laugh. And the Stray Bullet tried to use his fake diamond ring, but MJF had the real one in his finger. He nailed Robinson while the ref was busy, and when the Guns scored the pin to retain his ring once more, the Kingdom came out and fought with the Guns once they attacked MJF, but they were driven out of the ring. Bullet Club Gold was about to finish. The champ went off the Acclaimed, showed up to make the save. This was a fun way to open the show, and got the crowd in the right move. And MJF is even going to lose it, probably not, but I think it's still a fun match, kind of a good way of setting up the MJF Jay White feud. So yeah, worked nicely here, good start to Jay, 7 out of 10. Hook and RVD then took on Alex Reynolds and John Silver. MJF spent a long time after his match interacting with Strong and the Kingdom. The Acclaimed and Omega. Everyone wants the titles he has, but Max Caster just wants to be his friend. So yeah, obviously that massive match collision, can't wait for that. And it really is all coming to one from MJF, so it'll be interesting to see where we go from that. But Wardlow promising to take everything from MJF. More roles for Silver and Reynolds are waiting for the ring for Hook and RVD to make their arrivals. Reynolds talks some trash, but shut his mouth quickly when Hook took him down. We were always talking guns about wrestling. The match and progressed with a pretty straightforward setup. The heels would take control and dominate for a while, and then the babyface would make a comeback to pop the crowd. AEW tag matches can often have a lot of back and forth action, but this one had more focus on building up the hot tag as usual. Hook secured the win with the red rum. This was a good little match, but mostly served as filler, but fun filler nonetheless. And yeah, good to see RVD back. It gets 6 out of 10 from me though. It's just kind of out there without any major or consequences. The Hardy Party then took on the Hung Bucks, and Sting came out for a special segment before that though, with Darby and Tony Schiavone. Ric Flair made a cameo as Tony Khan's gift to him, and he spoke about his career. Christian Cage came up and mocked Allen and his injured arm. He issued a challenge to Sting and Allen to find a partner for a trios match at Full Gear against him, Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. So yeah, a really good segment here. Ric Flair finally making his AEW debut. Not bothered about that, but I think Christian's promo was great. Setting up that match for Full Gear worked really nicely. So yeah, that was good stuff. Before we got onto that 6-man match, even though there was the usual AEW trios bout with some fun sequences and moments, it never felt like there was a sense of danger here. The Elite retaining seemed a foregone conclusion, which made it hard to get into what was going on in the ring. Random matches are with obvious endings are bound to happen, but because they can often shrink for rain, but predictably also has to come into it. The Hardys looked better here than they have done in month. It wasn't enough to win the gold. The Elite secured a win and were interrupted by a video of Prince Nana and Swerve inside Hangman's house. Page jumped out of the ring and ran to the back, like he's called his family. But yeah, another one of those weird segments. I never quite get back. Just going into the house. It's a funny wrestling trope, isn't it? But I thought the match was fun. The bit afterwards, it will progress the storyline. I'm not massively favouring it, but it does the job, I suppose. It gets 6 out of 10 from me. The women's world title was then on line with Hikaru Shida defending against Ruby Soho. Saraya was not a ringside with her outcast partner, so this was a straightforward one-on-one bout instead of the usual handicap situation. It's hard to describe exactly what it was, but there's something just not quite right about it. They didn't seem to be working at the pace each other usually prefers, so it felt a little slow. The crowd got more into the action after a break. Soho appeared to use the belt as a weapon right in front of the ref, but Shida stopped her. The champion retained her title with the katana kick to win the match. The crowd didn't seem to care about that, but came alive when Tony Storm appeared. It gets a 6 out of 10. In fact, no, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for me. I thought, like I said, the match kind of got better as it went on. I thought better for it to be one-on-one mostly. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, Sheila getting the win, it makes sense. I think, that's the best result for everyone here, and she can continue her reign. Before it's time for the BCC versus Cassidy and Okada in our main event. And yeah, the bell rang with 15 minutes left in the show. Danielson and Cassidy started the match, which was the first time they'd been in the ring together. Danielson kicked out his legs to immediately put a stop to his opponent's usual antics. The Rainmaker got a big pop when he tagged in to square off with Castagnoli. They locked up and fought for control. Putting this match in the main event spot was a good decision because not only was Okada's Dynamite debut a big deal, but it also ended up being the most technically efficient bout of the night. All four of these guys are great at what they do, but it was meshed with their respective styles that really made it entertaining. When Danielson and Okada finally got in the ring together, the crowd lit up. Every competitor contributed to a fantastic main event with the crowd on its feet. In a somewhat surprising outcome, Castagnoli pinned Cassidy, hitting a huge European uppercut. He immediately checked on Danielson because after the match he was holding his mouth after an apparent injury. Several members of the locker room came out to see what was going on and almost got a fight between Hook and Yuta. But yeah, hopefully Danielson's alright, nothing too serious. It sounds like he's alright, thankfully. But yeah, a really good main event, just showing what all of these men can do. Okada especially, I mean, yeah, just a technical masterclass, the action, the chaos at the end of it, brilliant stuff. Loved it, yeah. And setting up a Claudio v Orange match next week, which is going to be absolutely fantastic as well. So yeah, great stuff. Overall, AEW Dynamite gets a 6 out of 10 from me this week. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one between 6 and 7. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a solid Dynamite. Some bits that maybe I wasn't too sure about, but I thought most of it was a pretty solid show. And yeah, liking the direction we're going heading into Full Gear. So yeah, decent show. But anyway guys, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching. Share, subscribe, and for daily wrestling news and sports channels. Going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.